Chapter 4 VPN Virtual Private Network. In this document means, we create virtual network interfaces both on VPN server and VPN client, and these virtual network interfaces pack the network traffic sent to the virtual network interfaces and wrap them as the payloads of physical network interfaces to reach the other end. On the other end, the VPN server/client unwrap the payload and let application-level software components get network traffic from the virtual network interfaces. From application point of view, VPN is just another network interface that can be used to send or receive network traffic. Illustration 101, VPN Operation Principle. There might exist other types of VPN in operation. But in this document the VPN we are referring to is using virtual network interface to interact with the other system components. In terms of network topology, there exist client-to-site VPN and site-to-site VPN. In terms of the level of network traffic it encapsulates, it can run in bridging mode or routing mode. While VPN is running in routing mode, it has its own IP subnet and virtual network interfaces created by VPN processes are with IP addresses in that subnet. To use VPN in this mode, just route the traffic to / via that subnet. For VPN running in bridging mode, Ethernet frames are encapsulated and carried from one end to the other. In the common practice of network planning, we use bridging within an IP subnet. Thus, VPN running in bridging mode tends to be in a small scale. If it is running in a big scale, it means that IP subnet will be very big so that some network traffic cannot be easily isolated to a small portion of the network. Client-to-site VPN is an VPN client connecting to a VPN server that the server is with an IP subnet behind so that network applications can use the virtual network devices created by VPN client to access the hosts located in the subnet behind VPN server. Illustration 102, Client-to-site VPN. Site-to-site VPN is the scenario that two machines establish VPN connection so that the subnet behind each of them can access the network of the remote side. Illustration 103, Site-to-site VPN. If client-to-site is running at bridging mode, the client's IP address in VPN shall belong to one of the subnets in enterprise private network. Similarly, site-to-site VPN running in bridging mode implies one IP subnet is across two sites. We do not support client-to-site VPN in bridging mode, we only support in routing mode. Please recall what we emphasize on the beginning of this document. Bridging is only done in data link layer. The system looks at the MAC address of an Ethernet frame to determine which interface it should go. As for routing, the system is checking the IP address in the IP header. Illustration 104, Bridging. Illustration 105, Routing for VPN running in bridging mode. That virtual network interface created by VPN process does not have an IP address, it should join and bridge to exchange traffic with the other network interfaces in the bridge. In routing mode, the virtual network interface created by VPN process is with IP address, and the routing table on the system determines where to go for network packets. The VPN on the base platform is with its own CA, certificate authority, so that it can issue digital certificates by itself. The certificates are used for user authentication and encrypting information on the control channel in the VPN provided by the base platform. This key generation process will be used in all scenarios. Thus, we have brief introduction without too many technical details. Illustration 106, VPN key generation process. It starts with CA generation. It produces a pair of keys, private key and public key. The message encrypted by using private key can only be deciphered by public key. This CA public key will be provided to VPN server and clients to verify if a certificate is issued from the CA. For VPN server suite, the public key and certificate service request will be produced. This certificate service request will be submitted to CA and CA uses its private key to produce server certificate. This server certificate contains not only the public key of the server, but also the signature of CA by using CA private key. The VPN client suite also goes through similar process to produce private key and client certificate. Once VPN client connects to VPN server, they will send the certificate file to the other end, and each party uses CA public key to verify if the certificate is issued from the CA. There are some other algorithms involved to select the cipher for data encryption and the negotiation process for the key used by the cipher. Client-to-site VPN connection. As we mentioned earlier, the base platform does not provide client-to-site VPN on bridging mode, it is working on routing mode. Thus, it is necessary to arrange an IP subnet for VPN to use. The VPN is with control channel and data channel. It is not on TLS/SSL, but it is using the algorithms and ciphers provided by TLS/SSL. And it is using UDP port 1194. The control channel of VPN is used to negotiate the key for the cipher in the data channel. Usually we use AES in CBC mode or GCM mode. If the VPN is using the subnet 172.16.38.0/24, then the IP address of VPN server in the subnet is 172.16.38.1. You can use that IP address to access the VPN server. For example, If you install a virtual host in the base platform with TCP port 5904 for accessing the console via VNC, you can access the console of the virtual host by VPN with the following setting in VNC Viewer: 172.16.38.1 TCP port 5904 Illustration 107, Client-to-Site VPN Address Pool. Illustration 108, Selection of Data Cipher. If you are provided with the versions that allow you to select ciphers, you might select them according to your hardware computation power. Here is a note for the ciphers seed, casts, and BF, blowfish. They are 64-bit ciphers. It's reported that they are cracked after your user is collecting around 700 GB data. By avoiding this scenario to happen, the renegotiation for the key of the cipher will happen after sending 64 megabytes data. Thus, those ciphers are still safe to use if you have less powerful hardware. The VPN server will assign the IP addresses to VPN clients from the designated subnet. By changing the routing table on the VPN client side, it can control the access from VPN clients to the subnets behind VPN server. Illustration 109, VPN client to access a subnet. From the diagram above, if a VPN client wants to access a host in subnet C, it is necessary to let the VPN server push the setting of the subnet C at VPN connection pushed setting. Illustration 110, pushed setting in client-to-site VPN. By doing that, the VPN clients will use the VPN server's IP in VPN as gateway for that subnet. And it also can ask the VPN clients to use specified WIN server or DNS server on the right of the screen shown above. The CA, server key, and certificate, and client keys and certificates can be established via VPN connection key generation. Illustration 111, client-to-site VPN certificate and key generation. To have a unique CA, certificate authority, for your VPN server, you might press purge to remove all the pre-installed keys and certificates and generate new ones. CA can be generated by filling the field common name and press the button generate. After generating CA, you start generating the certificate and key for server. The server key generation will take a little long time. Once you have key and certificate, the client keys and certificates can be generated by entering common name and valid days of certificate for each client. The field common name should be unique among all clients, server, and CA. Once the server key and certificate are generated, you should restart the VPN server to use the new CA, key, and certificate. The client key and certificate can be created at any time after CA and server keys are generated. In the screen snapshot above, a client certificate with common name Earth is created. The key and certificate for that client can be downloaded via VPN connection client file download. Illustration 112, client certificate download for client-to-site VPN. By selecting the file set in the box and pressing the button below, the client key and certificate can be downloaded in this way. The admin people can send the file to the user, and ask them to install them on the VPN client program.